I'm flabbergasted. What do you mean? What do you mean? What are we doing here? What are we I have to go back. I have to go back. Show me this shit again. Show me this again. I was impressed by the Ghost of Yote, and you said pause, rewind. I said, what? What are you talking about? Show me this again. This right here. As soon as I heard this voice, I was like, this is an Arcsys game? I've heard this voice actor before. And then this. This is insane. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna make it quieter so I can yap. This shit is crazy. Everybody's worried about Marvel vs. Capcom 4. Nobody expected Marvel Arcsys. People have been talking. I mentioned the Triple KO podcast earlier, which is, if you didn't know, Maximilian Dude, Justin Wong, and Matt McMuscles, fighting game guys, right? And they were talking about what do we want to see from Mortal Kombat, and they mentioned they need to take a break from making games 1-to-1. Before, even though Injustice wasn't that great, you still had a break between Mortal Kombat games. And they were saying, oh, you should have a Mortal Kombat collection, and guess what? Digital Eclipse brought that to life. And another thing that people have been talking about for a while is that fighting games, especially tag fighting games, actually, you know what? No. Fuck that. The whole genre has stagnated. They've become iterative, but it's stagnated in a lot of ways. Mortal Kombat 1 is literally the PS1 version of Marvel vs. Capcom with Terminator in it, right? Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Infinite, all these other tag games. Maybe not Infinite. Infinite is more Marvel vs. Capcom 1. But Marvel vs. Capcom 3, even Dragon Ball FighterZ, all these tag fighting games are just Marvel vs. Capcom 2 again, talking about how Marvel vs. Capcom 2 has basically set the standard for tag team games for 20 years, 25 years, whenever that game came out, 2001. And games have not evolved past that. Tag fighters have not evolved past that. They've maintained the course. They're all iterating on Marvel vs. Capcom 2. But their foundation is still Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I'd say the furthest is probably Skullgirls. It has sort of a CVS2, like a free ratio system. The one thing that this game, or the one thing that people kind of look to push the genre is like, well, what are they going to do to be ambitious, to do something new in the tag fighter genre? And even the regular fighting game genre has been pretty stagnant because, you know, Street Fighter 6 is just Street Fighter 5 plus, let's be real. Same thing with every KOF game has so much legacy skill because it's all the same game, right? With just some iterations made to it. So what could we do to push the envelope? And the first thing that people look to is like, well, 3v3, Marvel vs. Capcom 4, why not just have 4 playable characters on the screen, right? Have 4 members of the team. And they're like, oh, that's too many characters. That's crazy. That won't work. Obviously. But it's also the first thing that you think of. And it's also the first thing people said about Marvel vs. Capcom 2 when they added 3 characters. It used to be just 2. And like 2 is a lot already. And then Marvel vs. Capcom 2 came out and there's 3 characters on the screen. Everybody's what? But it works. You play it for 5 minutes and it just works. You get how to play the game. And I think the same thing is going to happen here. And it couldn't be done by a better studio than ArcsystemWorks, because ArcsystemWorks makes good games. They make Dragon Ball FighterZ, obviously. They make Guilty Gear and BlazBlue, which are some of my personal favorite fighting games of all time. Trusting them with Marvel is a great decision. It's a phenomenal decision. Look at their art style is perfect. They can adapt their art style to different IPs, like they did with Dragon Ball FighterZ. And their graphical fidelity of these games, the way their art design, their art teams, the way that they bring these characters to life is second to none, period. Guilty Gear Strive, Dragon Ball FighterZ, even Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, to some extent, some of the best looking video games in the genre that are going for a stylized look, right? Obviously, Mortal Kombat with all the big WE bucks makes realistic looking games, but if you're looking for art style and art direction, Arc System does that phenomenally, and that's perfect for a comic book game. This is a match made in heaven. They're pushing the envelope of what fighting games are, especially tag fighting games, which have been stale for 25 years. They've been iterative. There's been some really good ones, but they've been stale. They've all been based on Marvel vs. Capcom 2. There's so much more that can be done with fighting games, and people aren't doing them. They're playing it safe. Street Fighter plays it safe. KOF plays it safe. Everybody plays it safe. So even just by adding this new element is already the first step. This is a good first step for the fighting game genre to push that envelope instead of being iterative to be inventive, which the genre just has not had in 20 years. So in basically my entire lifetime, they haven't innovated. They've iterated, which is good, but where's the ambition? Where is pushing the envelope? Where is actually making new things? Fighting games work because they're fighting games that come out lately they work because they're iterative and you know what to expect, right? But this shit made me cry. I love Marvel vs. Capcom, but it doesn't have to be Marvel vs. Capcom to be a good Marvel fighting game. And if anybody's going to do it, ArcSys is a great studio to do it. I think this is amazing. This is a phenomenal, and also just this little story of and having all the developers and explaining how it came to be. That's a great marketing decision. It's a great choice because everybody's like, well, what the fuck? Where's Marvel 4? If you're not really into anime fighters or ArcSys games. How would you feel about Arc making a Marvel fighting game? I feel fucking amazing about it. To me, I think it's a match made in heaven. I love Guilty Gear Strive. I love Dragon Ball FighterZ. I love BlazBlue, some of my favorite fighting games of all time. With Guilty Gear XR, they brought fighting games into 3D and 2D fighting games outside of, not Tekken and all that stuff, but 2D fighting games, 2.5D fighting games into the sort of three-dimensional graphical realm in a way that nobody else did, right, with XR, which is a very pretty game. And then they did it again with Strive and Dragon Ball FighterZ and Grand Ball Fantasy Versus. They just keep upping their game in terms of visuals, but they also make really fun, inventive games, right? So letting them do some crazy shit with a Marvel game, letting them push the envelope of the fighting game genre with as big of an IP as Marvel is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Why would you do that? And this guy says it right here. Not right here, but later on in the segment. He says, go big or don't do it at all. You gotta go for broke. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 reference. He said they couldn't make it something boring if they tried it, and he's absolutely right. He said you gotta go big, you gotta go for bust, or you go for broke, or don't do it at all. And I think that's what ArcSys is about. I think they're gonna go crazy. Let's go crazy. Let's go crazy.
You either do something like this big and bold, or you don't do it at all.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it, my guy. That shit is crazy. This made me cry as soon as I saw the ArcSys logo. I didn't even have to see anything else. This right here, I said, there's no way this is what I think it is. And then it was. Oh my god. Absolutely insane. And they also, Digital Eclipse is making the Mortal Kombat collection. This is good shit. This is good shit. This might be the best. Yeah, looking at this might be the best state of play I've seen in a long time. Even the stuff I'm not super excited about, I know somebody's super excited about, right? How are you gonna have Final Fantasy Tactics Remake, Silent Hill F, the new Suda51 game, Pragmata, which everybody thought was completely dead, a new Lumines game, some brand new IPs, the new Journey game, new Bloodstained, everybody loves Bloodstained that's played it, the Mortal Kombat collection, Metal Gear Solid Delta with the Ape Escape collaboration included in it, clearly, new Hot Shots Golf, Neo 3, some new IPs, and more Astrobot DLC, which I completely forgot about, bringing some old classics to sure, that works. Ghost of Yotei, the James Bond game, and then ending it off with the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life that literally made me cry. Sony, can every state of play be like this? Could you have a state of play be like this every day or every time you do one? Cause that would be great. That would be really good if you could do that. That'd be really cool if you could do that. I've lost the plot. I don't know what's going on anymore. Anything can happen. Maybe in July they'll bring back Bloodborne 2. I don't know. Fuck it. Who cares? I didn't believe this was gonna happen. Oh my god. Look, I don't have anything more to say. I'm going. I'm leaving. I'm gonna freak it. I'm gonna freak. See ya, I guess. Class dismissed. Bye bye. I don't know, man. Oh, holy shit.